Treasury Secretary Bessent is focused on China. That's his portfolio. He's got to get something done with China. And my portfolio is the rest of the world's trade deals. So they are
That's
coming.
a big portfolio.
Oh, it's the greatest thing, because we have every country in the world, just like Donald Trump has said, who wants to do a deal with us. Now, here's the point. I have a deal. Done. But I need to wait for their prime minister and their parliament to give its approval, which I expect shortly.
That was Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick just the last hour on CNBC. Those comments helping to lift stocks to session highs. The Dow and the S&P now could extend their winning streak to 6 sessions. And Brian Sullivan, who did that interview, is back with us, having just toured the TSMC plant where he met with the secretary. Brian, welcome.
I tried to get the Commerce Secretary to tell me what country it was where that deal was done. You got clipped, and I said, what country? He said, I'm not going to tell you. I said, come on and let me know. So apparently, Kelly, there is a deal, as the Commerce Secretary said, done. It's not China, because he said Treasury Secretary Bessent is doing that. But there is a deal that's basically done, waiting on some final things. I don't know what country that is. If you know, Kelly, let us know.
President Trump himself on the plane also then said something similar, like there is a deal that's done. Who knows? We can all speculate. But I also thought it was interesting how he carved out, like, oh, Secretary Bessent is doing China. I'm doing the rest of the world.
It was very clear, and you picked up on it. The Commerce Secretary said it like 4 times about how Treasury Secretary Bessent was doing China. There's a clear demarcation line. Now, this deal that Treasury Secretary Lutnick or Commerce Secretary Lutnick referenced, if it's with Vietnam, will that move markets, Kelly? I don't think so. It's not for us to say. I would just speculate. But if it's with a major European nation or India, like I know you guys were talking about right when we came to us, that might actually move the markets.
Sure. I think look, Vietnam, India, that's where it's got to be. Maybe Japan, although they've soft pedaled that a little bit. Europe sounds like it's a little bit of a thornier one. So I don't know if we should expect much on that front. And I mean, I don't mean to overlook, Brian, the reason why you guys are there, which is really to emphasize the U.S. manufacturing piece of this. And even with the auto announcement, there was some confusion today about, OK, well, what's going to happen to the foreign automakers, right, relative to the domestic ones? What should we expect on the reshoring front in the next couple of years?
Oh, well, you heard Secretary Lutnick say he was very bullish on building cars here and selling them abroad, and we'll say goodbye. But just over my shoulder here, the TSMC facility, very impressive. I know Christina, our colleague, Parts-Nevelis, has been here. It's quite impressive. And what's interesting is that they just got the permit, whether it was like late Friday afternoon or this morning, and they're already building. There was no waiting around. There's us doing a little walk and talk, but you can see over the shoulder, Kelly, they get the permit and they go. The speed of this build out is truly remarkable.
Yeah, this is like year 6 now of this operation. It started in 2019, I think, under the first administration, then with Biden and the CHIPS Act, and it just keeps going. Brian, we'll leave it there. Great stuff. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Brian Sullivan, and thanks for watching Power Lunch.